Obviously, when it's time to draw our pistol and present it at the target and fire a round, we want to do that as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Therefore, we don't want to have to be doing anything with our shoulders, anything with our head, dipping our head down, or trying to maneuver the pistol in our hand in order to find our dot. Now, you hear people talk about natural point of aim, and sometimes what they're talking about is your ability to point the gun at the target and pull the trigger, hit the target without actually finding your sights. There is some relevancy to that and being able to do that depending on distance, but when I talk about your natural point of aim, I'm talking about your ability to be able to draw your pistol, deliver the dot to your eye, superimpose the dot on the target, and be able to obviously hit the target after that without having to do anything extra with your head, your shoulders, maneuvering the pistol within your hands, because all of that is going to waste time that you may not have, and it's not as efficient as it could be. You might hear some people talk about the ergonomics of the Glock and that causing them to have to push the Glock in a downwards angle in order to find their dot. I had to do that for the longest time, and I developed the process for doing that, and that was sort of my natural point of aim. That being said, if you have a consistent grip with your firing hand and you have a consistent grip with your support hand and you are able to find that natural point of aim every single time without fail and it is consistent, then that's fine. What I realized what I was doing was when I would grip the pistol with my support hand, I would actually come forward on the hand guard or on the trigger guard a little bit towards the front, and it would actually raise the muzzle of the Glock up, and therefore I would have to put that input that I'm talking about into the pistol in order to bring the dot down into my eyesight. And if you actually just take your Glock, if that is a problem that you have, you're saying I have to force the gun down to see it, take your Glock with your strong hand and present it into your eyesight. And when you do that, your dot should be there every single time without fail, without you having to purposely push the gun down. And if that is the case for you, then the problem could just be with your support hand and exactly what I was talking about. So several years ago, I saw a video from Scott Jedlinski, Modern Samurai Project, and he explained a grip with your support hand where you actually just kind of make this karate chop type of motion with your hand. You bring your hand up underneath, your pointer finger meets your ring finger, and once that happens, you simply just roll your hand down, and that is your grip on your pistol. And so as soon as I did that, I had no issues finding the dot every single time without having to do any of that extra motions that I'm talking about. And obviously, again, that's what we want to do. And the good thing about that is it's consistent, it's deliberate, and if you are gripping your gun like this, you might actually kind of get it like this sometimes, you might get it like this. There's no real consistency in that. And this is consistent, right? Because you're doing the same thing every single time. So if I am going for time and I'm pushing myself and I actually kind of not forget but don't quite get it just right, and I do end up with that grip that we talked about before, that does happen occasionally, but it's less frequent. And so that's a deliberate thought that you may have to have for a period of time. But as long as you bring it up and those two skin points of contact meet, those two skin points of contact meet, it should be there every single time without fail. So you can give that a try and see if that works for you.